So now we are going to continue the demand segment. My dear students, a small caution note for you is given here. That is, what is that I will look into. See, we saw, no, how will I do my law of demand? So demand and elasticity put together, definition of demand in economics, and this features what I said, no, the meaning of the term demand, correct and incorrect sentences, you will get that. Determinants of demand and elasticity of demand, example based question. Change in demand and quantity demanded, every time that question is there. That is expansion, contraction, increase, decrease. When to use that? Standard question. Okay. Then when you do elasticity, let it be demand or supply, follow this. How you prepare is GFC. Graph, formula, context and case. That is how your revision mode itself should be. As we did in the class, you remember graph, title of the graph, formulaic expression, explanatory notes, examples were required. You remember that? So that is very important. Now, just now we saw why does the demand curve slope downwards, very important. Exceptions, two important exceptions which are important from the examination point of view. Measurement of elasticity of demand, arc method and percentage method you work out for sums. Point method, generally a graph based. They give you the graph and you have to find out at that point is greater than 1 or less than 1, whatever it is. We will do some exercise now. Total expenditure method was given by whom? And different graph I told you, total expenditure method. You remember that graph? Total expenditure method graph, you remember that? Something like this. Isn't it? That was given by whom? Alfred Marshall. Okay. Then MCQs on measurement segment. When you look at your Bharadwaj material, in measurement segment itself, certain important points, which is used for measuring large changes, which method is used for using small changes. Such types of questions are there. Okay. Have in mind that part. And revision of this, mandatorily you have to revise price elasticity of demand with table, with chart, etc. Okay, that all this you have to do it. And this change in demand and quantity demanded. Okay, shift versus movement. Now we will go take up some questions. Please look at these questions. Okay. Look at these questions. Please do this exercise. And more questions I will ask you. Okay. Please do this. Marshall gave all types of elasticity of demand, like a true or false exercise you can do. Medicines have elastic demand, and you have to say yes or no, or true or false. Income on one side I have given, quantity demanded I have given. The above is unitary elasticity, true or false. Arc method is known as geometric method, again true or false. Point method is used to measure small changes. In case of substitutes, E is negative. The negative sign in price elasticity as an economic rationale rather than a mathematical significance. Mark these questions as very important. Okay, so now please try answering these questions. Done? Yes? Or doing? Yes, do it. Done. Can I release? What did you write? True. Why? So then what is the answer? Marshall gave only price elasticity of demand. It was later on extended by modern economists, right? Conceptual question. Second one, medicines have elastic demand. Disturbing. What was the answer? See, this is elasticity with empirical example. Elasticity definition. Were you able to write that answer? What was the answer? False? Sure? Sure? Yes? Some of you are doubtful. Medicines have inelastic demand. So what is elasticity? Degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to price changes. Medicines and all, according to price change you can't do. Your health needs. Right. Third one. The above is unitary elasticity. This is an important question. I told you, I think for income elasticity of demand alone, I told you that the stable type is also important because numericals they are asking. You have different types of income elasticity, no? Isn't it? Income elasticity less than 0, equal to 0, greater than 1, equal to 1, less than 1, all you have. What is this? This above is unitary elasticity. True or false? Certainly they'll ask conceptual question. With the numbers, look at the numbers and give the answer. False. Why? This is zero income elasticity. So I told you, zero income elasticity doesn't need to have zero. It will not be a proportionate change. It will not be an exact proportion to the changes in the income. Income is tripled, but quantity demanded is just like that. No response. No response. Less than proportionate can be, more than proportionate can be, equal to, triple times. It could have become 60 also. Then it is unitary. If it was 60 units, it is unitary. So mark this question as important. Income elasticity, when you revise that, with the numbers you keep revising. Okay. Arc method is known as geometric method. Every time this question is asked. Arc method is known as geometric method. True or false? So only they're asking. Students will forget. Point method is geometric method. Arc method is not geometric method. My dear students, repeated question in the examination. That's why I told you this slide is very important. Okay. Point method is used to measure small changes. You are very lucky because in Bharadwaj material, knowingly or unknowingly, all these points under measurement, that's why in the previous slide I gave, study the points, theoretical points given in the measurement segment, because that is there in the scanner as questions. Yeah, please. Okay. So please answer me. Point method is used to measure small changes or large changes. So true or false? True. Used to measure small changes. It is only arc method for large changes. In case of substitutes, elasticity will have negative sign. Do you remember for each type of elasticity we prefixed certain signs, isn't it? For substitutes, false. Why it is positive? Huh? Positive sign, huh? For substitutes. Yeah. Yes. The last one, Please remember, it is an indirect question. It is not a direct question. Let me see how many of you have answered the last one. The negative sign in price elasticity has an economic rationale rather than mathematical significance. Why they are asking this is, when you're doing the numericals, they will give plus and minus. So you have to know that, right? It is true. It's not about the mathematical significance. We understand that there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, and degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to the price changes is negatively premised. So it has more of an economic significance than mathematical rationale. Are you clear about this? Have you noted down? Okay. Now you are going to take down some important questions apart from what is given in the slide. So be ready for this exercise. Maybe in demand also I'll include some questions. Okay. Question 1. One type of question in which the examiners find it very interesting. So this is also an analytical but non-numerical. An increase in price will result in an increase in price will result in an increase in total revenue. Okay, if such types of question even in your assignments, when I shared, I've given, you please see which is the suitable option. Okay, the percentage change in quantity demanded, the percentage change in quantity demanded is less than the percentage change in price. This is not formulaic expression, my dear students. You have to analyze this case and answer. The percentage change in quantity demanded is more than or greater than, or same than the percentage change in price. Okay. Option C is demand is elastic. Demand is elastic. Fourth one is none of the given reasons, none of the above. So, when will there be an increase in the total revenue? When there is an increase in price, in which one of these situations? It is a conceptual question. So, imagine there is an increase in the price. Okay. Leave alone the total revenue. When there is an increase in the price, what will be the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demanded? Generally, it will be lower, isn't it? It will be less. Now, when there is an increase in the price, I want to have an increase in the total revenue. So how should the quantity demanded behave? What should be the scenario? Should the percentage change. Remember, increase in price will drop the quantity demanded. This response should be more or this response should be less for total revenue to increase. This kind of a response. What is this kind of a response? Quantity demanded getting affected, becoming lower. Should it happen more or should it happen less for total revenue to increase? You got the answer. Whether others, let them think. When there is an increase in price, automatically quantity demanded will fall. Now, should this fall be less for total revenue to increase or should this fall be greater for total revenue to increase? Less. This is called as an analytical question without numericals. So what is the option then? Option A, B or C, D? So segment your answer. When increase in price, stop at quantity demand. What is the reaction? Reaction is fall in the quantity demanded. Now we are saying that if increase in revenue, total revenue has to happen, this fall in quantity demanded should be less. Are you clear? So that is how it is worded. Have you understood? The option 1, have your tick mark now? You got it how to approach. This is one template question. So what I am taking like this, they will give you total revenue falls, increase in price, fall in price. They will change that. But understand the linear pattern and do it. Okay. Now second template question. These are template questions. Revise this for the exam and go. Okay. That's why you can take down in the notebook as it is not there in the PPT slide which has been marked from the question papers. You can take down the question and also register the answer. Anyway, recording will be there for you to look at it. For which of the following product or products the EDS, elasticity of demand, is highly elastic? So this is empirical type of question. The product name itself will be given and you have to tick mark the appropriate one. Yes, okay. So how did you understand this question? For which of the following product elasticity of demand, ED is highly elastic, means the degree of responsiveness will be greater because this is less important. These are all essentials, isn't it? Like that. Relating to this kind of products is an example. This is a case which is given. Now go to the standard question. Standard question, important. Every time it is asked. If the price of numericals we are going into, if the price of a gel pen, even see June 2023 also this is asked. Price of a gel pen increases from rupees 40 to rupees 50, and in response to this the quantity demanded decreases from 25 to 20 units. 25 to 20 units. Compute coefficiency of price elasticity. Now in the examination, I hope you have a working column. So you can work it. Don't do so mentally and mix up where is where, delta q by q divided by delta p by p. So you have to be very careful. And how is that we learned in the class as step? You will always have a step 1 where you recollect the formula, isn't it? In step 2, you work out your, reciprocal of it and cutting down and all those things. Step 2 will be your, what is that? When you revise, particularly you do this way, so that the day before the examination, when you look at these problems, you are very clear. Workings will be there. And step 3, with the sign, you will be writing the answer. Let it be plus or let it be minus, and you will have the answer here. Now do this one. This is a stereotype, standard question. Last set you. And do you remember we said for sums, particularly arc method and percentage method. For arc method, they will say using arc method. Otherwise, follow percentage method. Okay. So generally point method, they will just give you. I will show you also a thing on that. You can find out that. Done? Yes. Did you do the formula? Did you recollect the formula? Everything? Okay. Yes, you have done. Anybody still doing? All of you done? What is the answer? Full. Decimal, you tell me. 0.8. Minus 0.8. You have to be perfect like Ananya. Okay, minus 0.8 is the answer. Are you clear? Okay, very good. Not bad in this question. You are all okay? Okay, then go to the next question which I am going to give you. Have you written the answer? Yes? Okay. Go to the next question now. This is 4, no? 4th one. Okay. A shopkeeper, as it is given in the paper I am giving you, okay. A shopkeeper sells only 2 brands of notebooks. Sells only 2 brands of notebooks. That is, one is Classmate, okay, and Neil Gaggan, okay, 2 types. It is observed that when the price of C rises, C means what? Classmate, isn't it? Rises by 10%. The demand for N increases by 15%. Okay. What is the cross price elasticity? Cross price elasticity for N against the price of C. So 2 brands are given. So this big problem, no? See, case study. Process is simple, isn't it? What all they are doing? Just touching the nose like this. Okay. So what is the answer? Okay, let them do. Anybody still doing? We will wait for you for a minute. That it is cross elasticity, they have also given that clearly. You know the formula, no? Cross elasticity? Not generally for, not for this, generally I'm asking. Delta Q by Q, that is of X commodity, divided by delta P by P of Y commodity. Still doing or completed? Finished? Okay, what is the answer? Plus. Why is it plus? This is the main thing. This 10 by 10 anybody would do, isn't it? What is the why it is plus? Because they are substitutes. Okay. Go to the next one. So when just percentage is there also, remember, they can ask you a question instead of numbers. Okay. The cross price elasticity of demand, the cross price elasticity of demand between two goods, between two goods X and Y, X and Y is known to be minus 0.8. Okay. If the price of good Y rises to good Y rises to 20%. How will the demand for X change? Do this. One different type of question. Now in unexpected paper, no? When we look at this paper was unexpected. Those years they have asked this. It is not when we say paper was very tough, that time elasticity was not the calculation you did. They give question like this. It's not the usual way, no. Though it may be easy to you also, I don't know. But it is not the usual type of question. That's what I wanted to say. Both usual and unusual we are choosing and doing it today. This type of question has been asked in 3 papers. One paper also I remember, December 2021 also this was asked. Finished? Huh? Very good, man. This is all of you finished? Yes? Any Harita? Others? Okay. Now, how did you do your answer? How did you write it? So it will be minus 0.8 is equal to, did you do like that? Because elasticity is there by, it is Q by 20. Did it? Okay. And what is the answer you got? It is 16 plus or minus? Plus or minus? Plus or minus? Minus or plus? What you wrote? Plus or minus? Minus. Okay. Why you chose this as minus? What is the sign? Yes. So it is a case of what? Minus 16. How many of you got it as minus 16? Yes, all of you? Okay. No, so this is not a usual pattern of question, but it comes once in a while. Okay, it comes once in a while type of a question. Question number 6. Okay. Okay. 6th question. Okay, I gave the answer somewhere. They give you as Marshallian method. Under Marshallian method of elasticity of demand. You know, total expenditure method was given by Marshallian method. And the C will be your total expenditure and D will be none of the above. So my answer is already there in the question. You see that they give you as, but anyway noted under Marshallian method of price elasticity of demand. Okay, please remember that measurement method was given by total expenditure method is called as a Marshallian method of measurement of price elasticity of demand. So they are using the term Marshallian method. That is very important. Okay. Then next question is, have you noted it? But this one. Okay. The next question is, think of the formula and try to give me the correct formula for it. And two more questions also I will add, which I noted and kept. Yes, have you written? What is that? What is the formula? Lower segment by upper segment. Okay. So they are asking you with the diagram and other is a formula. Okay, lower segment by upper segment. Now this ninth question also you do. When oranges have minus 0.58 income elasticity, the commodity orange is called as necessary good, is called as a necessary good, inferior good, substitute good, none. None. Think and do it, because two answers have been given for this and highly voted answer is taken. So recollect income elasticity of demand, and then do it. In fact, they are suggesting even drawing the diagram and doing. But anyway, you can recollect and do. I'll give you 1 more minute because it is 2 answers are voted for it. Okay. What is the answer you gave? Do you want me to do a small recollection on income demand so that you can check your answers with this thought? Please look at this income demand or income elasticity of demand. Both are very important. So income demand, particularly income demand. Okay. In case of income demand, we have this categorization with reference to when you say quantity demanded, our discussion was confined to what increase in income and its impact on what kind of goods, what kinds of goods. And by inferior, what did we talk about here? Quality. Inferior under income demand is nothing but sort, grade, quality. Remember that. Okay. So I will, when the income increases, when I say inferior commodity, what does it mean? Second quality, third quality, isn't it? It is not normal. So what will happen when income increases? When income increases, the demand for this will decrease, isn't it? Okay. When you take the second case, income increases, superior or normal. Superior or normal. What does it imply? First sort. First sort. First grade quality. Okay. So this inferior is not same as Giffen's inferior. Please note down this point because in some way this question is inserted in all the question paper. Giffen's inferior versus income demand inferior. Otherwise you cannot handle questions. In Giffen's inferior, the commodity which is said to be inferior is your regular item, daily item without which you can't live. Staples. Since Giffen has experimented with staples, we give the example of staples. And what does its staple mean? It's my daily meal. I cannot come without rice or wheat. That is Giffen's inferior. But income demand inferior is not that. Quality. Superior, first quality, second quality. And according to my income, I will buy. Today I will buy second quality. My income is less. Tomorrow as the income goes up, I buy better quality. That is why for same income increase, we showed what is happening here. There will be a decline because they are going to shift it to this. Are you clear now? So, when you say oranges have a negative income elasticity of demand, degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to changes in the price of orange is negative, inversely related. So what does it mean? It is a income demand, a given demand, income elasticity of demand. All these you have to revise. What is income elasticity of demand? Degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to the changes in the price of oranges. Negative. Minus. Okay. What is the answer you got? Here again some help for you. Think of these things and all. Yeah, what is the answer you got? Among the options, did you choose any option? Inferior good? All of you have taken as inferior good? Yes? 100% sure? Yes? So there are two answers for this. Necessaries. Why did you say necessaries? You went into the direct statement, orange is a necessary commodity. Without fruits, I can't live. It's like that? So, because of the negative sign, we choose inferior good. Okay, normally, this kind of a thing. Okay, less than 1, that point. The other thing here is, they have not spoken about, what is that? Changes in the income of the consumer and its impact. So, the examiner says, the other option he gives is, it is also necessary input. It comes under this. Both these options are taken, and the winner of the two is, though both are this, the winner of the two is this. Second, very barely small vote difference. So they say that unless other details are given, randomly a negative sign cannot determine the commodity. It happens to be orange like that, but we do not know, no other details are not there. So we cannot take substitute, we don't take inferior, we call it as necessary. So that is also there, but a little more vote is for inferior vote. So such kinds of sudden stalemate questions will also be there. Okay, so do you understand, my dear students? So I think in that way you have to be very careful, so you can believe in the signature also. But one more complicated thing can I give you? Yeah, so the examiner says that, so going by this, you have taken it as negative sign. Okay, then this question I will do it for you. This one, 10th question, then we can move on. The income elasticity of demand, the income elasticity of demand of one template commodity I'm giving, commodity buttons. This is one favorite example which they will give, is greater than 1, greater than 1, less than 1, negative, negative 0. Now for elasticity of demand, elasticity of supply, my dear students, our classroom assignments are very comprehensive. Revise that. Instead of even revising Bharadwaj material with the answer key we have done, no, do that. Do that revision. Okay? That will be very helpful. Yes? Okay. Now, any guesses, any answers you have done? Zero. Why do you say that? It does not respond to it. See, this is a commodity where you cannot put it as luxuries or necessaries. Where would you put that? It is zero. So this is one model kind of a commodity. Model commodity. No? You know, luxuries are where they are income driven, price driven, all those things. Necessaries are not like that. They by themselves are important. They are not dependent upon income or price. Can you understand? That is why when you do elasticity of demand, income sensitive, we have seen, no, demand driven, income sensitive, all those you saw. Do you understand that? Okay. So 2 more questions are there which you can do. 11th one is a graph based question. These terms are very, very important. Change in demand and quantity demanded, change in supply and quantity supplied, repeated question. Of the two, either demand or supply, 100% sure, my dear students. And the expectation is shift, movement, increase, decrease, contraction, expansion. Where you should use it. That is what they will check. Those are the 6 options in their hands. They will be interchanging and giving repeated question. There is no change at all in the answer. If you are thorough with the graphs, you can do it. Literally a graph based question. Okay. What would you call this? Options. Yes. Shift. Okay. Decrease. So when the larger term and specific term is there, choose a specific term. Got it? Supposing here you had this, say, increase, and what is that left out, expansion. That's okay. But now when this is also there, it is shift only. But more specific, decrease. So of the two, which is more specific, choose that. Okay, that is, we generally know increase, decrease, expansion, contraction. So for shift, we will be using increase, decrease. For movement, we will be using expansion and contraction. Now this is another genre of. Are you clear now? Yes? Please note it. Okay, I think that should be fine. We have covered maximum under this. Have I given any other exercise? Let me check it. Yes, we are coming to supply. Okay, go to the supply topic. See, what is that I'm going to, how is my revision process going to be? My dear students, meaning of the term supply in economics. The very beginning of our Bharadwaj chapter on supply is a discussion like that. True or false, true or false, true or false, and finally we arrive at it. Isn't it? That. Then determinants of supply. Factors influencing supply. Very important. Law of supply, like law of demand. Who gave law of supply? Don't randomly answer, because in the class I told you one story for this law of supply. Who gave law of supply? So far in very complicated papers only this question is there. 3 papers I think I saw. Any answer comes to your mind? Any answer comes, you just tell. I can just say yes or no. See, in a topic called equilibrium analysis, as a mention was made about why the demand curve is sloping downwards as per the law of demand, why the supply curve is going upwards as per the law of supply. In that context, the name of the economist was revealed, who gave law of supply as well. It is none other than your Alfred Marshall. The story is simple, but it was not given in the law of supply originally. In the topic on equilibrium analysis goes the story that a mention was made who gave law of supply. Okay, are you clear? Yes. Concept of elasticity, don't forget this definition. Degree of responsiveness of quantity supplied, degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to changes in price. I think in the class we did like this, no? I told you, remember? Yes, you remember this, isn't it? We should have this in mind very carefully. Degree of, when the definition of the 4 statements, please choose this only. ES or ED is the degree of responsiveness. That is a perfect and most appropriate answer. Degree of responsiveness. Degree of responsiveness of quantity supplied. If it is elasticity of supply, quantity demanded if it is elasticity of demand. Degree of responsiveness of quantity supplied to changes in price. And please note, the change in price can be a rise or a fall. In 1 year, they had asked a question. Suddenly, they have trapped the student here. What does the phrase changes in price mean? Does it connote increase in price, fall in price, both? According to the commodity, the answer is both. Are you clear now? Yes? Okay. Now, please remember, this is the perfect definition which you have to choose among the varied statements given on elasticity principle. Okay. Determinants of elasticity, formulaic expression, and here for your information the formula is generally percentage method and arc formula. I will make you do the arc formula. Okay. Why it's not? Now, what are the usual mistakes which is done or complex segments in supply topic? For your information, my dear students, first is supply is interpreted as quantity sold. It is not so. You remember that exercise, how long we did it in different ways. We did inventory, sold, unsold, stock, not necessarily sold, all those things. It has nothing to do with sales of a commodity. It has nothing to do with quantity sold. Point number one. Second is when you do an exercise on determinants of supply, shift your perspective from consumer to the producer. I've told you that very clearly because answer will be different. Okay. Then the third one is when you're doing this factors influencing, as you revise factors influencing demand, elasticity of demand, supply, elasticity of supply, please read the side heading. Register that, revise that and then go into it. Because in the examination, that will be your key to answer it, right? And law of supply and exceptions to the law of supply. In both the things, one thing they're asking is correct and incorrect sentences, which you have to be very careful. All statements will be like appropriate there. And factors influencing supply and elasticity of supply, example based question. They will give you exactly the name of the commodity, name of the factor, something like that. Okay. And elasticity of supply, if you look at our Bharadwaj material also, we have done an exercise. ES is greater than or less than, highly elastic, highly inelastic, or relatively elastic, relatively inelastic. More than, perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic, this is what they'll ask you. Greater than 1, less than 1. That is very important. And arc method and percentage method you can do for sums. And arc formula, please revise in words. As I told you, this Q1, Q2, P1, P2, always students confuse. Once you have got it in words, when you read the sum problem, it will be easy. Okay. That is what I wanted to tell you. Okay, it's not over. It will show you it's over. But I will go to the other. So please look at it. So what are the portions now? We are doing elasticity of supply. We will do equilibrium analysis, ICA, cost and revenue. Okay, so we are proceeding at a good pace, right? Don't you think so? Now this one. For elasticity of demand and supply, please do this exercise when you're doing the revision. Title, formulaic expression, graph, explanation whether it is price sensitive or not. Need driven, price driven. Remember that, isn't it? Need driven, price driven. That is very important. And then examples. Okay. Now here, can you just give the names of all these graphs starting from ES greater than 1? ES greater than 1 is relatively elastic. ES greater than, equal to 1 is completed. Supply, upward sloping, no. ES less than 1. Supply, relatively inelastic supply. ES is equal to 0. Perfectly inelastic supply. ES is equal to infinity. Elastic supply. Revise is direct question. No example, oranges and nothing like that. Directly the graph you have to find out. Equations will be there, you have to find out. Okay, see, oranges may be necessary for you. Substitute for somebody another thing. That story is not here. Go by the negative sign. That is why 2 answers for that. Okay, so that and all, that problem is not there in this question. Now you can do this exercise. I have to freeze this here to find out whether freeze is shown. Is shown. Where is it actually shown? Tell me. Still, I don't see that.
It will be on the black colors.
Okay. Yes, yes. Now you can see, no? Yeah, please do this exercise. So like true or false you're trying, isn't it? The rest of the thing. Second one you have to give the formula, no other go. And others true or false, like yes it is so or no it is not. Okay, that's what you have to do. Done? Completed? All of you this side also? Can we release the answer key? Okay. The degree of responsiveness, it's this is going on, no? When I froze, what did I do? See, degree of responsiveness of quantity supplied is more than proportionate to changes in price. It is, what is it? Okay, greater than 1. Okay, then give the percentage formula for measurement of supply. What is it? Okay. I couldn't type it out, so I did this. E is greater than 1 is for durable or perishable. Sorry, less than 1 is for perishable. Remember that, less than 1. When inputs are available, E is greater than 1. True or false? When inputs are available for production, ES is greater than 1 or true or false? When true. So what does it imply? Inputs are available, so I can produce any quantity which is required. So ES is greater than 1. Yes. In case of risk preferring entrepreneur, we saw risk averse, risk preferer, risk neutral, we don't take for analysis, but there are people. So risk preferring entrepreneur, ES is greater than 1. True or false? Yes. Okay. In the long run, ES is less than 1. False? Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Now take down the next two questions which I'm going to give you. Okay. So supposing without that shift and movement graph, they ask you this question, how will that model be? So do you see this? The second one is of that type. First one, as usual, numericals. They'll give you the diagram and ask, okay, shift in, but without it, it was asked in 1 year. So taking out that question, I've added that for our revision. Okay. Usually the pattern is increase, decrease, contraction, expansion. Sometimes increase, decrease, shift movement. Rarely this type of question. Because here we are without a graph, we are asking that question for you. Okay, that one. That I wanted to keep, and one more I want to. Okay, have you done all the three? Okay, so what is the answer for the first one? 1. Plus 1 or minus 1? Plus 1. How many of you wrote it as minus 1? Anybody? No. Second one, what is the answer? What is the answer? When supply curves move to the left, it means be loud, yeah. That's all, no? From the day one till the last day, no? After one single letter, you won't go for the second letter. Preservation of energy, no? Conserving energy. Okay. Third one, okay. What is the answer you got? Answer is plus 2.5. How many of you got it? Plus 2.5. Yes? Whole class. Okay, fine. Now write down the arc formula. Write down the arc formula in words. Arc formula for elasticity of supply. There is. Same only. You have to put the subscript yes. So quantity will imply quantity supplied here. Arc. In words. Want some clue? Have your water bottle to that you'll get tired on even spelling out that formula. Energy draining formula it is actually. Siddharth, what are you doing? What? Finished, huh? You wrote. Seriously? There's some people who wrote, huh? Well, remember. How many of you wrote this? Not bad, yeah. Okay. Yes. One of you tell the formula for the others. Original quantity minus new quantity divided by plus new quantity. Yes, whole thing divided by original price minus new price divided by original price plus new price. The whole thing. Okay, do you understand it? Okay. Then one more set of questions. With that, we will finish. Last set of supply. We can go to equilibrium analysis. One more set of questions. Okay. To answer these four, like a rapid fire round. Supply increases or decreases, everywhere the same question, but the factors are different. So this is factors determining supply. Doing or done? Finished. Okay. For the first one, when the taxes go up, supply, taxes go up, supply, that's all I'll do. Nothing else. Decreases. Okay. Introduction of new expensive technology. Increases supply. Remember that, because we did one K with a case note. We did expensive means we won't take the techno. We have already introduced, let it be expensive, but it's going to give me more output units, right? When the price of good in question falls, supply will increase or decrease? Decrease? Increase? Decrease? Same game. Why you say decrease? You are very weak. I can't even hear your voice in the first row. All of you need vitamin C tablets. Yeah, what was the answer?
Producer will not intend to supply more.
So, the meaning of the term good in question, related goods versus good in question, that is usually used in supply topic. We saw no crops from paddy to the bajra, or somebody he will shift when price of paddy is low and bajra is going up in the market. So good in question means about the good which he is offering, ready to supply, offer for sale. Definition, isn't it? Offer for sale. This is what he is willing to. He has the ability to and willingness to offer a commodity for sale. That goods prices are falling. So no incentive to supply. Supply will decrease. Are you clear? When the subsidy is withdrawn, supply will be loud. Increase. Decrease. Decrease. Yes. When it is withdrawn, because what is subsidy? Government assuring that we will contribute financially in the production cost. And that is withdrawn. Yes. College you're leaving. Okay. Others you're staying back, no? You have to do rest of the topics. Right? Okay. So, to a larger extent, we have been able to cover supply. Shall we go on to equilibrium analysis? Yes? Okay. Standard questions only there. Equilibrium analysis, we can do a little faster also. We will do that. So, identify the type of elasticity of supply from the graph. Incomplete answer. Relatively elastic supply. Okay. Then. So again. Yes. Now put the heading as equilibrium analysis. Yes, Tameen and Ananya. 5 minutes break you want? Yeah, you can ask me. He's asking you to help by asking, no, whether you want a break. You want a break for 5 minutes? Is it that? Okay, I give you. I don't know.